So very quickly we'll go through how Android app can be developed. So I'm starting an Android Studio project. So I'm clicking new project. So under the new project you can see that we're going to develop an app for phone and tablet. So this has been selected. So various kind of activities are displayed. So we'll be selecting an empty activity for a simple project. So now I'm clicking next. So this is an empty activity. We have to give a name for an empty activity. So I'm giving an application name. So let it be RMP1. And you can see that the package name automatically renamed as RMP1, which is in lowercase. And this is the language which has been selected, Kotlin. So you have an option of Java also, but let us have Kotlin. So I'm just clicking finish. So you can see that the initial settings are done by Android. The Gradle will run, and you can see that in this panel all the required files will be loaded, and initially you can see that we have main activity.kotlin file. KT stands for Kotlin. So you can see that this is the main file, and we have an activity main.xml which is designing the layout of our screen. So on the left hand side you can see that various menus are open with app and then manifest. So just clicking the manifest, you can see that we have Android manifest.xml, which contains all details about our application. So let us quickly see the design part. So activity main.xml, I'm just double clicking it. You can see that the layout design panel will be open. So here you can see that two screens are available. So this is the design screen, which shows how the output will be displayed in the app, and this is the blueprint screen. So this will give you an accurate information about the display methodology. So now you can see that I'm just zooming it. By default we have hello world text is available in the screen. So when you run the app, actually you will get this message displayed. So you can see that here we have Pixel 4, which is the name of the emulator. So this is the emulator which has been already selected in this particular Android Studio. Quite possible that you can select other emulators. So if you see, you have an option of selecting many devices here. So we have device manager, where it stands for Android device manager, where you can select various other devices, and it is also quite possible that you can have your phone also as an emulator. So now we'll just run the app. So you can see that it is contacting the device manager for emulator. So your emulator has been connected, and you can see that the emulator will be displayed in this particular panel. The Gradle is build and then running. You can see in the bottom side you can see the message Gradle build running is going on. So once the Gradle build has been completed, you can see that emulator, the phone, is displayed here. So it will wait for the app to run. So we have this particular design screen what we have seen. where the message hello world is available, that will be displayed in this particular phone emulator. So here you can see that. So just I'm zooming it, so I can see that the hello world message. So this is how the app could be run in Android. So this is a basic app which has been given by the Android itself. We have not done anything. So we can just try to modify this, and we can see that how we can change the app as per our requirement. So I'm just bringing the screen. So we can modify, initially we can modify this text what is appearing here. You can see that hello world text. Suppose I want to change this text, I can double click it. So you can see that here you can attributes the design whatever related to this particular hello world app is appearing on this side. So I'm just clicking this text. You can see that the text hello world is coming up. So if necessary we can change this message. So I'm just changing this to some PSG. So PSG welcome. So now you can see that in the design screen, you can see that PSG welcome is appearing. So just zooming it, so you can see that PSG welcome message. So you can in the activity main.xml file, actually we can see the code of that XML file. So here if you look at, we have code. So if I click the code, you can see that this is the next one. So whatever we have created in the design file, the XML will be generated automatically. You can see that the message PSG welcome. This is what we have just mentioned now. So what are the changes we are doing in the design, that XML file will be automatically generated by Android. Okay, so now we can have the design view. So we can click this. Suppose we want to have both the design and split a code, we can have split view. So you can see that this is design, this is code, and suppose you want to maintain design view alone, you can click design. Okay, so now we have displayed a message like PSG welcome. So this is a text view actually. So this is the layout completely, and this is the text view. A text view is created. So let us create another widget here. So we have a button. So let us try to create a button. So we will just increase the size here. So we will take this button. So button has been created by just clicking and dragging it. So you can see that so this is the button. So we can adjust this. Okay, so this button again we can give some name. So similarly for PSG welcome also, you can see that we can give some increasing font size or color, text color we can create. So if you look at the PSG welcome text, we can text size, this is the text size attribute, we can increase this. So say for example 24, you can see that the size increases, and we can make it bold, and all these things are can be done by using the resource on the resource file which is available on the left side of the panel. We are directly giving the attribute value in the we are directly specifying as hard coded, so you can see that this message hard coded string PHP welcome, but we can also give it in the resource file. I'll show the resource file. But now you can you can choose the text color also. So suppose your text color, uh, we can choose like the default color will be available, or we can also create our own color. So again, this can be given in color.xml. So suppose I want color purple, so I'm taking this. So now you can see that there is a change in the color. So you can see that purple color is coming. So similarly, button also you can give some name for button. So I'm clicking button now. So you can see that we have a text name as button. So here I am just giving a name like click me. Okay. So you can see that I've given click me for this particular button. So, and this is a text and this is a button. So these are arranged now in this way. Initially I'm having a text, then I am having a button. Suppose if I click the button, then I can do certain action. So that I'm going to do it in the main activity.kotlin file. So we have something called as button listener is available, button listener class. So let us try to import some code from referring the net. So I'm using on click button listener in Kotlin actually. So this code initially I'm just taking from the net. So but you can also write your own code. So here, just to save the time, I'm just making use of this. So I'm just copying this and I'm moving to my code here. So here I'm going to tell if the button is clicked what to do. So you can see that we are having a value here. So value is something like a variable name, but you cannot change the value during the runtime. So button click me is a value name. So that value is having the button. So the button what we have created. So here the ID of the button, we have to check what ID we have given for the button. So again, if you go to the activity main.xml, so if you just check what is the ID name. So for every resource we are giving an ID name. So here you can see that the ID name is button. So that button name, that ID button we have to give here. So this is the ID. So this function finds button with ID name. So every buttons whenever we are creating, we can give some ID name for it so that we can refer it. So find view by ID is a function which finds this button as button resources, and this is the variable or value name we are giving. So whenever you are having red color, that means it is an error. So if you just move the mouse pointer, you can see that the button is not referred. So we just click import. So the button widget class will be imported. You can see here android widget dot button. So similarly, we have something called as when button is being clicked. So this particular class set on click listener. So this will do certain action. So button click me actually is the name in which the button has been found. So once you click that button with this a particular ID button, so that will be going to the button click me, and for that button click me we are calling the method set on click listener. So here what we are going to do is we are using another widget here, toast. So toast is nothing but a short a message will be displayed for short time. So it is something like an alert message which is displayed for a short time and then disappears. So toast is a widget available in Android which will be displayed where the message whatever you are saying that will be displayed for a short time and then it will disappear. So here you can see that this particular message you click me will be displayed for a short time and then it will disappear. So this toast is an Android widget. So this is also shown in red color, so we have to import it. So you can see that I am importing Android widget dot toast. So now you can see that whenever you click the button, this particular message you click me will be coming. Okay, so just let us test this whether we are getting this or not. So we just run the application. So you can see that again the Gradle build is running, so it will build the modification, then again the emulator will be contacted. So you can see that PSG welcome and then click me. So suppose if you click this button, you can see that you click me, that message is appearing short for a short time and then disappears. So if you click this, you can see that the message appearing and then disappear. But this click me message, you can see that this button has been displayed during the runtime on the left hand corner. So again we will open the activity main.xml, the design layout. But actually we have put this click me button somewhere below PSG welcome, but while running it runs and the button has been placed at the left hand top corner. So because we have not specified the constraint, so when you want to specify a button or text, we can specify the constraint. So how to specify the constraint we will see. So again we click this particular button in the layout screen. So here you can see that I have clicked the button. So going to the layout, you can see that this is the constraint widget. So constraint widget means with corresponding to the previous display, if you are having any constraint you can specify it. So here I am specifying the top constraint. So this is the top constraint I am giving. So you can see that in the blueprint window you can see it. So when you click this, you can see the constraint. So there is a line. So from PSG welcome to this click me, that distance will be maintained. So the distance is given as 26. Okay, now again let us try to run the app once again. So I am doing the Gradle build once again. So you can see that so it is now it is appearing on the left side. So similarly you so this distance from PSG welcome to click me, that distance is maintained, but you have to give a left side constraint you can give it. So suppose you again click this, you can see that you can give a left side constraint, and similarly if necessary you can give a right side constraint also. We can see that we have this much of distance 157 and again some 96 distance on the right side. So suppose if I run it again, so you can see that so I am running this again. So you can see that it is now appearing exactly like in the app screen. So So when you click this, you can see that you click me. So this message has been. So this is how the button listener will work. So this particular app as having a text view, it is having a button. So when you click a button, certain action has been taken up. So what is the action taken up? You click me, that message appears for the short time. Similarly, you can do other activities also whenever you display a particular button or a particular text or whatever you try to display on the app. Various actions can be carried over. So all the actions are written in main activity.kotlin file, and all the designs are done in activity main XML file. So you have one for every activity there is an XML file, and you have a Kotlin file for performing required actions. Okay, I hope this will have some clear idea about how to develop an app in Android. Thanks for listening.